Hello everyone, Dr. Montgomery, computer science professor. This is the Wearable Droid, and we are working our way through the wiring instructions for the base robot. At this point, we have wired up power from the battery to the voltage reducer. We have power to the Arduino. We have a common ground. We have power to the servo motor itself. So everything is now currently set so that if I did plug in a cable here at the bottom, hook this up to my C++ Arduino software, Arduino blocks, whatever I'm using to code this with, I could code the battery and plug this in and create an operation, which is very, very cool. So we have that ability now. And so I think I can just go ahead and show you something just really quickly here. We'll see if this comes on. Oh, see the servo move there for a second? You see that? See it move? Okay, so that just means I'm getting power to the Arduino. You can kind of see the motor move, the Arduino's light up. I got light up on the voltage reducer, so everything's currently working and wired up. So servo is good. I'm kind of move it back here for a second. Perfect. So next step is we're going to hook up some of our options. One of the options we're going to be working on is the buttons. So I'm going to do a button demonstration now to show you how to make a button work. There's our little push buttons. See how we got right there? It's a little push button, push button, push button. So when you push the button, something can happen. This will be an operational state. You can code this up so that if the button is pressed, it will move a motor, blink a light, play a sound. So the button operations, we have two places for the buttons to go, both here and here. They slide in just like that. Just like that right there. And then there's this little holder that goes over top of them. So I'm going to show you how all that works and comes together. So we have two screws and we have a set of wires. There's a couple ways to putting the wires on the prongs. We need to put a ground on one side and a signal pin, control pin on the other side. So I'm just going to grab a set of wires here. I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like to make this happen. Now, one is going to go to the ground, so we need to use that common ground up here. And one is going to be just plugging directly into the Arduino. So I'm going to take one side and go on one side and one side go on the other side. So for the one that's going to be the common ground, that's going to be my green wire here, so I'm choosing for that one. I just need to kind of figure out where that's going to go. So I'm going to give myself enough room. So I'm going to say about right there. I'm going to clip that and make that my common ground wire. So that'll plug in, or that will twist into my ground there and then go in here. For this cable, which is my yellow cable, this is my signal wire that'll plug into my Arduino. And if I look at my wiring diagram for buttons, you can put them on any pin you want to on that right hand side, but I think I have these going into let me see here, D8 and D9, the bottom right. So I'm gonna show you one button today, and you can do the others a little bit later. So there's two ways of doing this. So you can kind of see how the prongs are set up, like the little pieces there. You need to be on one of these two sides, not across, but one of these two sides here. So you'll plug in like that, there, on both those sides, one on each side, just like that. Oh, see that fall out of there? So one on each side. Now there's two ways to do this. You can plug these in and hot glue them in. This works okay. So you can plug them in like that, put hot glue down there and hold them in place. Like I said, that works. So if you love your hot glue, that's one way to do it. The other way is to strip off the black connector piece right here on both sides. And I've already done that on a couple. I'll grab a couple wires here. It's already been done too. You'll strip those off. And the best way to do that is to take some snips or some cutters on your guy here and just kind of pinch these off. And you got to be careful, because when you pinch these off, you've got to kind of just get the plastic, just the plastic piece. You don't want to get into the wire at any point in time. So I'll try to do one here to show you. Try to break one off here. Nope, missed it. Break that off. broke that plastic piece, and this should just slide out as soon as I break the plastic off there. Yep, just like that. So you want to try to get that out of there without breaking that. And then what you'll do is you'll take this, slide it over one side of the pins, just like so, like that, and then you will crimp it with the plier piece right here. So you kind of get right here between those two and you squish. You squish. Now for added support, you could do this and then hot glue that. And that's on there. That's probably the best way to doing this. Okay? That's going to really put it on there. I like that method better than the other method I just showed you, which was just the glue. But you know, if you don't want to glue, you don't want to glue. So that's one way to do it. But if you like the glue, it works. I have one that is just done with glue to hold the buttons on, and I've had no problems. But it is just to each their own, and giving you multiple options of doing this. So here's the other one. I'm going to do the other side here. Push that in there just like so. And then crimp that on there. Oh, slid off on me. Hand shaking too much. If your hands shake like mine, all I can tell you is I'm sorry. You do not want these two to touch each other, so just like that. That should be nice and tight on there. Yep, just like that. Perfect. So this one pin will go to, let me see, I think I have that into D9 and 8 respectively. So it starts at 12. So 12, that's that pin there's 12, 12, 11, 10, 9. So I'll go right there. The other button can go the one right next to it. So that's what that'll go into. We'll plug everything in at the very end anyways. So, oh, kind of slid up me a little bit there. Come back down, you. There you go. So, just like so. And the other one will go to the common ground that we'll cut and put in there. So I'll go ahead and do a little cut there for that common ground wire. I'm actually going to leave it there for a hot second as I show you something else. So our next step is to put the button into the robot itself. So just to kind of give myself a little bit more room, I'm going to disconnect those two guys. I can connect these back a little bit later. Not a big deal. I'm going to put this button in. So the button will be like this on the side, just like so. It'll sit in just like that, and you can see the button underneath it like that, just like that. And what you'll do is you'll take the button holder, which is this little 3D printed piece right here, and you'll put it over top of it. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have hit that. Just like this. At my hands, just like that. So it goes over just like this, and you'll hold that down without it sliding on you like it slid on me. Come back here, you. So you have very ambidextrous hands. I am envious of you and your abilities. Oh, come back here, you. All right. Cool. So now that I have that together, I can see the buttons right there. I can now take a screw and put it through both of those pieces to kind of pinch down and hold that in place, so I can get my button where I want that thing to be. You could also start this screw so it's already started here at the very bottom, if you want to go that route. Now connecting the buttons, if you are wearing this as a magnetic clip option that I'll show you later, you will not want these to be screwed in to this right now. Primarily because you'll run the wires down your arm to have a little control for your button someplace else. So, you know, you don't want these in if you're going to be putting a magnetic clip in this a little bit later. Okay, see what's happening there. Do another screw here. trying to show you all my mistakes and all the things I'm doing here to make this all work. And I pre-screwed all these in as well. So now the button is in there, just like that. And now I can hook those wires back up like I showed you a second ago that plugged in there. The one wire here will go to the common ground. And I'm going to probably cut him about right there to do that. So I'm going to strip him off. I know this video's going to either be a little longer. Something like that. And then we'll have one on one side and one on the other side. The common ground will go into this wire nut, so I'll take that off and screw that together. And then this guy here will plug in here and then plug into that. I think I told you D9, D8, one of the pins down here that I'll get wired up. But that's the process of getting the button configured. I hope I can make all that wonderfulness happen, have minimal challenges and issues, and get your buttons up and going. Very next step, I'll be working on other options that will connect into the wearable droid and continue moving forward through all of our fun things we can attach this little robot. So we'll go like that. This will go here, and that'll go into our piece there. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed watching this. I'm excited to show you our next steps. This wire's just kind of hanging there. Sorry about that. It's just hanging off on that magnet. And we'll be working on other options here in the near future. Thank you.